Hello, everybody. I have been thinking about hospitality lately, of course, in connection with the Ukrainian refugees that are staying with me. Obviously, hospitality is a subject, but it's not a new subject to me because I travel a lot. So I have been the guest, and also I have guests staying with me, and I've been the hostess quite a few times in my life, so I know about the difficulty. Give you a first example. Not so very long ago, a friend of mine, foreigner, wanted me to meet his sister and her grown-up son. The friend wasn't going to come, the sister and the son were going to come alone. We fixed an appointment and they came after 8 in the evening. Now, in my country, in Germany, after 8 in the evening, you just take it for granted that people had their dinner before. And as we have a certain obsession with not getting fatter, neither is it normal at that time of the day to offer them sweets or cake or whatever. But of course I did offer them to drink. They declined. I said once, "You're sure you don't want whatever?" And they declined again. So for 1 hour, we sat together, the three of us, without anything to eat and anything to drink. And then they left. And as soon as they had left, I thought, oh, goodness, Britta, you should have, because I've been a guest in their country, so I should have known better. You know, in their country, when you're a guest, no matter what time of the day, you're being stuffed with food. And also, yes, and I must tell you about the ritual about tea in their country. Now, the first cup of tea you can accept quite easily. Then a ritual starts. From the second cup, say, till the 5th cup, a ritual. And it's only a ritual, one's got to be aware of that. The hostess offers you a second cup, you decline. The hostess offers again. This goes up to 5 times. You decline 5 times, and then you take the cup. And that is part of their idea of hospitality. In my country, you decline to take the cup, you don't get a cup. So you might be into trouble if you wanted a second cup. And you know, all through my ideas today, what I would like to stress is that there are different ways of doing things, and this does not at all mean that one or the other is better. No, it just means they're different. And when you're staying with them, you try, of course, to adapt to the way they doing things. So, but I know it's not easy, and also I know that, you know, the basic idea behind it's different. In many countries I've been to, hospitality is very important. That's why you're being stuffed. In my country, something else is important, you know. We have this basic idea of a grown-up people is independent and decides for him or herself if they want a cup or they don't. And if they don't, fine with me. So again, I would just like to stress it's different. Oh, when I read, I must tell you that it's so funny. In one of the Italian novels, I read a lot of Italian novels, and that was set in China. And there is this Chinaman who goes to a restaurant and orders the famous Beijing duck. The waiter knows that there is no Beijing duck left that day, but he doesn't say. He takes the order. The guest asks him once, twice, 3 times when the duck is going to arrive. Of course, and the waiter always says, yes, it won't be long now, until the guest realizes that there is no duck today and orders something else. This would be totally unthinkable in my country. If there were no duck, the waiter would say, sorry, the duck's out. Can I give you something else? just different. This is just the point. Let me repeat. It's only different. There is no better or worse way. And we're all used to the different ways. Therefore, it's not easy to adapt to different ways. But in this very international world, we all have to try and practice that. Now, let me come back to my Ukrainian guests, and you can see me in Ukrainian colors again. And because, you see, many of my friends, like I, have the room to give that room to some Ukrainian refugees, or to some other refugees, of course, but these days it's the Ukrainians, of course. And yet they don't do it because they expect too much from themselves. For them, this idea of hospitality is a huge idea. And they feel they expect too much, and they feel they can't do what they expect from themselves, so they won't invite anybody. And that's a shame, you know. I'm quite easy, and all my friends, admire me for it, but they shouldn't, but they do, you know. But, you know, I think my trick is really because I don't expect too much from my guests, and perhaps more important, I don't expect too much from me. So I offer this room, and I make it clear that if there's any problem, if they have anything to be solved in this country, in which I know better how people do things, I'm always there to help. I'm always ready. But I'm not going to press my hospitality and my bigger knowledge onto them. I take it like with the tea. I just take it that they're grown up, they're independent, they know their ways, they're educated, and they know better. And these days, I can tell you, the Ukrainians know better to cope with the internet certainly than I do. So, and I think that makes things easier. If you leave them the space to remain self-responsible, independent adults, even in this very difficult situation for them. Offer help when it's needed, but don't push it onto them. And that is the only way I could cope with it, because if I would exact too much from me, I know myself, I would get grumpy, real grumpy. And my poor guests, you know, that wouldn't be very enjoyable for them if I did, would it? So do help wherever those refugees come from, of course. And I think it works well if you make it clear what you can offer and what you can't offer. And then I think it'll be easier. Bye for now.